All right, everybody. This is another, I could just put it, podcast of us,
Another episode.
of the Nostalgics, and we've upgraded a little something, a little great, a little something. We're trying to do our thing.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. We got to find a home to do this, but we're getting there.
Wherever we at, it's home, right? No?
We not Papa was a Rolling Stone.
But
Wherever he laid his hat was
his
home. Okay, but ain't nobody got a hat in here. But okay, whatever.
I got a hood.
You're a hoodie. Better than hood rap.
I take your compliment.
All right. So I was thinking we could talk about black sitcoms for a moment.
Does it have to be black?
Yes.
Okay.
Purposeful for today. It has to be a black sitcom. Right to power.
Power to the people.
It just came to me because I saw something over the weekend.
What'd you see?
A show I think is terrible.
But you watched it?
No.
Oh.
I don't watch it. I just scanned by and I saw Blackish. How can you be Blackish?
They had the other one, Grownish, I think it is.
They have Whitish? No. You don't have either whitey or not. So how can you be Blackish? On a box on a form, you check what? Black? There's no Blackish.
I think because they've surpassed the norms of blacks.
Okay, but
So
have they?
They crossed over into a well-to-do.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit. Well-to-do. You had Fresh Prince. They were well-to-do, but they weren't Blackish. And you can go a little further back with the Cosby Show, right?
All right.
Now, those were considered great black sitcoms, and you have some other ones.
Not
also.
very believable for
Right.
for all
Right.
intents and purposes.
But you had some good ones and you had some bad ones. More recently, let's look at Family Matters. Is one of the most worst shows you could find yourself watching.
Why?
First of all,
You don't like Urkel?
with all the scandals going on today with pedophiles and this, that, and the other, look at Carl Winslow, the father. Spent more time with Urkel than he did his own kids, number one. Number two, if I was Urkel's father, I'd come over there and bust Carl's ass. Why you up on my son all the time? What's going on here?
Well,
Let's talk about Eddie.
oh boy, Eddie Winslow.
Eddie Winslow.
What's his
Darius McCray. Anybody out there showing hands know any boys who dress like that? Between him, please, him and Theo Huxtable, tell me somebody who knew somebody who dressed like either one of them.
You
Survey
don't like
says
the Gordon
nobody.
Gartrell?
The Gordon Gartrell is special. Though. That's special. Anthony Mackie had that on TV the other day, and people not from that generation didn't understand what that was. But let's just look at that though. You had some great ones. Let's look at the 70s, so forth and so on. You had the Sanford and Sons and, the Jeffersons. I like the Jeffersons, but I wasn't great with the Jeffersons because of the simple fact, Sherman Hemsley, I love Sherman Hemsley, but the character changed so much from the beginning of the show from Archie Bunker. Because remember, he was on All in the Family.
He was a lot more
and it transformed over. And at the end of the Jeffersons, he was a loving, caring kind of guy. Okay, stick to the script. Be original.
Well, he
was.
matured.
How's a 60-year-old man gonna mature? Mature into what? A wheelchair? Death? What's next? How much more maturing he got to do?
Well, he did Amen, so he kind of calmed down a little.
Now, let's think about Amen. Wasn't that the same exact character as George Jefferson?
But in a more godly way.
How?
Because
He was scheming in the church. He was
a deacon.
scheming.
Oh.
Everything he had was a hustle, just like George. All right, I'm just saying. And then you have some other ones that people remember.
Different Strokes. Does that count as black TV?
It counts as very unbelievable.
Well, a white man can't adopt two black boys. All right, moving on. I tried.
And you know what? Saying it just like that, we're going to go with this. Hated it, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's just look at like shows like Martin. Martin was really good.
Yes.
And
believable.
And Living Single.
Believable.
But why do all of these shows, including The Biggest Offender, have to have the one same character? Cole, Sinclair, Waldo, Jazzy Jeff. The Biggest Offender is JJ. Good Times is a disgrace. The buffoonery that dude put on makes it hard to watch. As kids, we thought it was cool, but
right, but that's back then.
Okay, but it's
what else
shameful.
do we have to watch?
Okay, but we didn't have to act like that. And you know what? people knew it was wrong back then because that's why John Amos left the show. And people also don't realize Florida Evans, Esther Rolle, left the show for the exact same reason. She couldn't stand the buffoonery. What people don't realize is Esther Rolle is a college-educated woman.
She was on Maude too, right?
That's where it started. And James's character on Maude was named Henry. And then I don't know how Good Times end up in the worst projects in Chicago, Cabrini Green. I don't know how James had one pair of pants. Florida had two skirts, all with everything orange.
The corduroy beige
with the tall pocket. And if the projects is that bad, and the gangs is always fighting the warlords and the other gang, why they never lock the door? Bologna always coming in.
And Bookman.
And Bookman. And every other neighbor that just wants to stop by.
And Thelma always had some new outfit on.
And Thelma looked great. And then why did Michael have to be a black radical? But the most important part was, why did James only have a 6th grade education? Florida had even less of an education. And then you made the quote unquote star of the show, JJ, a big dummy.
Well, he could paint.
You could teach a 5-year-old to paint. Just let him brush.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just saying, Good Times, now you look at it, it just wasn't that good if you're looking at it from a different point of view now.
Now, but during that time, you did appreciate it was something to watch.
And they even tried to hoodwink us with Good Times. You know they tried to bring James back? Did you know that part?
No, I didn't.
Did you know who they was trying to bring back James' character? Because they had fired John Amos. They wanted Ben Vereen or Lou Gossett, 2 friends of John Amos's, to play the role of James, and they both said no. They got a friendship and loyalty to John Amos. The plan was, with the car crash, they were going to say somebody was burnt in the car crash to a crisp where they couldn't identify him.
Right.
But James's wallet was in the car, so they just assumed it was James.
Yeah, but then I'd have questions.
And then James was going to pop up back in Chicago and continue on.
How many years later, though?
Oh, no years.
Oh, just in like 2 days?
2 episodes or whatever, yeah. Which was absolutely stupid too. But I mean, not to be extra critical of these shows because this is all
go on.
But this is all we had. So it is nice to see the evolution of the black sitcom into now.
So what do we have today?
Actually, we don't have anything. We have absolutely horrific reality TV like Nick's Cannon Wildin' Out. That is
sitcoms though.
But I'm just saying, that's a black man on TV with his own show. It's one of the worst shows on TV, and it's absolutely stupid and childish. Now, I'm looking for other black actors on TV. Who do we have? That's not streaming. Ha-ha! Who do you have?
Tyler Perry has some sitcoms. I'm just
No, he does. He does.
House of Pain.
I don't find any of them funny because it's just not me.
And I think those characters are recycled.
Yeah.
But I
I'll give
guess
you that.
he's trying to.
No, he's trying, and I'm not mad at it because everybody got to eat and everybody got to make $1. But for me, those shows just don't get it. I guess what I'm saying is I'm not always looking for a black sitcom. I would like a black show with a black lead character because not everything has to be funny. We can perform in drama. We can do a drama series. For example, there's a show called The Irrational with Jesse L. Martin on Channel 4 from Law & Order. He played Detective Green. That's pretty good. And there's a show called Found that's on Channel 4.
I heard of that. Yep.
That is a great show. That is one of my favorite shows to watch also. And you have 2, one male, one female, black actresses who are the leads who carry the show. And that's the difference. The whole point of this conversation is it's nice to see a black person not having to do some buffoonery, yet being able to carry the show.
And are you saying those are the only ones right now that we have?
Well, no, just first 2 that came to mind.
Okay.
I'm sure there's others. They're just the first 2 that came to mind.
But TV's so saturated with shows today. It's like, how do you find one to watch? Because the next thing's coming up. Like, oh, did you check out this? All right, well, I'll add that to my queue to make sure I get to it.
That is true. I don't know, because I've been hoodwinked by bamboozled by BET. There was a show back about maybe 3-4 years ago called A House Divided. Loved it. Starred Lawrence Hilton Jacobs. Was really good. It was on BET. Then it went to BET Plus, which I ended up having to pay for. And I just was like, no.
We forgot another black sitcom.
Which one?
Rock.
Rock was different though.
Charles S. Dutton.
Rock was different. That is one of the greatest shows that we ever had. That doesn't get enough love because it was too ahead of its time. Look at the issues they deal with: drug dealing, HIV, You know, a lot of people can relate to this. A family member who's unemployed living with them and or taking care of a parent like he was taking care of his father.
Right.
And Rock he wasn't highly educated, but he had a really knowledgeable
He worked for
job.
sanitation.
He was a sanitation man.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that though.
No, not at all.
You know, so it's a good living, an honest living. His wife was a nurse. But I think, and they even did a season live. Season 3 was Rock Live.
How many seasons did they have?
I'm not sure. I think 4. But En Vogue was on there, and Heavy D was on there, and Clifton Powell was on there, and Kadeem Hardison was on there in one episode. And you could keep going. But the point is, Rock was different. Rock, I don't know if the world was ready for it because of the way they tackled head-on issues. Like the HIV episode is insanely, incredibly well acted because for those of you who don't know, it was a child who got a blood transfusion who had the HIV. And it wasn't no drug thing. It wasn't no sexual thing. To actually see a child with it was hard because you associate HIV back in the day with
Older.
drugs and sex and all that other crazy living. But to see a child get it was hard. And then the
And they called it
nonstop,
the black man's disease too.
yeah, and the nonstop drug issue with Andre Thompson, the neighbor next door. We all got Andre Thompsons in our neighborhood, you know, and it was dealt with on several issues. Clifton Powell played a great role, but that show was ahead of its time and it was too hard hitting because at that point you had shows like Cosby and Urkel and all that were funny. Rock was a comedy, but it wasn't a ha-ha make you laugh every 2-second comedy. It was a comedy that actually made you think a little bit, conscious comedy, which was actually pretty good. Because everything else had you laughing, ha ha ha.
But this one had you,
this one actually made you
thinking
think.
with a little humor on the side.
And that's why it got taken off. I think it was too hard for the time. You know, they had Richard Roundtree, our boy Shaft, was on there. He was the uncle. He was a homosexual male marrying a white guy on one of the episodes.
Oh yes.
When Andrew kept walking through in his bathrobe to go up and down the stairs, his brother, the father. Yeah, but that was special because there's another issue that the world wasn't ready to handle. I mean, now, if you're part of the LGBTQ community, it's not really such an issue. But we are talking, what, 89, 90, 91, the world was so different. They weren't ready to handle stuff like that. The rights weren't given to the community like they have now and so forth and so on. Gay marriage wasn't legal, but Rock handled all of that on his show.
You're right.
And it's funny to see where Rock came from because he has a felony record.
He does?
Yep.
Never
And
knew.
Charles S. Dutton didn't start acting till his wife, who was actually on the show one time too. And I believe her name is Debbie Morgan. She was on All My Children.
Debbie Morgan was his wife?
Is his wife. She's still his wife.
I never knew that.
Yeah, she was on All My Children.
I remember.
Angie and Jesse.
Yes.
Yeah, Darnell Williams is his name. Yeah, that's his wife. He met her after he got out, and yeah, and then Jamie Foxx was on there also as Crazy George.
What happened to Jamie Foxx's little sitcom?
The Jamie Foxx show was okay. I mean, he married her at the end. He married Fancy and he went off. So I guess he had a happily ever after.
And how about the Wayans brothers?
Okay, that's a disgrace. In Living Color is perfectly fine. We all get along and laugh at that, so forth and so on. And it made a lot of people stars like Rosie and Jennifer Lopez and Jim Carrey. Oh my God, Jim Carrey. Oh boy. That's a whole nother crazy fool. But the Wayans brothers with Sean and Marlon.
Disgrace? Don't like them? Not
That's
believable?
right there with the Homeboys of Outer Space. We don't even have to go any further. Just irrelevant, stupid comedy slapstick that's just not funny.
But John Witherspoon was okay.
He was all right.
Barely.
He was okay. But at that point, he was already an established actor. Them Wayans brothers, no. Even now, just not funny.
They took a ride with the family name. And
Because
said,
did, the Wayans, for everything A Different World did, showing you about black college, the Wayans brothers did the exact opposite, show you stupidity. It's just stupidity.
Well, they ran a newsstand and they...
Okay, I guess. Could either one of them read? I don't know. But you look at it though, as good as Hillman College was on A Different World, uplifting, Was Sean and Marlon really uplifting anything, or were they just no? It's just a dumb show. You got a mother that nobody ever saw, right?
She was around?
Well, yeah, because the father, Pops, used to talk about it all the time, going home to the wife and this, that, and the other. And she never showed up for one episode. And
Like Big Shirley. You never.
Well, you did see Big Shirley.
You saw a shadow.
She was laying on the couch, and covered up. You could see her hair. And then Martin said something about, I'll talk about Big Shirley when you're not around to Cole. They kind of clowned her, but they referred to Big Shirley a lot of time with the stomping and the.
Just like the Gooch from Different Strokes. You never saw the Gooch.
Yeah, I saw the Gooch, but I seen him once. They did show him once. Some fat white kid.
He was white?
They did show him once. They did show him once.
I was nothing but a kid then.
But you needed, so was I, but you needed a balance of black actors and white actors. You already had 2 black kids on there. So you needed the balance. And then they brought Janet Jackson on there, don't forget, who is probably, I hate to say it, America, probably one of the worst actresses you could find.
Not Penny.
She was bad. Well, Penny was Penny. When that's your claim to fame, getting burned by iron, that says a lot. But.
And Kim Field's mother, what was her name?
Chip. We still looking for you, Chip. We looking for you in the street. But
that's believable.
That was believable though. No. We're gonna leave Chip alone if we see her. Because remember, Chip went on to be her mother again on Living Single.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Regine's mother. The uppity one from the projects. One generation from the projects. Really know her name was Regina, but we're not gonna talk about that.
It's Regine.
Okay.
Okay, my bad.
You can spell it. Regina.
Regina.
I don't know. I just think the black sitcoms have come so far, yet they've gone up and down, and we've had some good ones and we had some bad ones, and we have some just what were you thinking of ones.
So are you saying it was better then or better now?
I think it was better then because shows like The Jeffersons and Sanford and Son was just straight funny.
What's happening?
Now them is my boys.
With Dwayne, Rob, rerun?
I liked it the first 2 seasons because the mother was on it. After the mother left the show, Mabel King, no point. Because she carried that.
She did.
She was the one who kept them in line, if you think about it. Like Raj Rerun and Dwayne were funny with Dee and Shirley and Rob and Rob's Place and all that. Mm-hmm. But the mother, give me your belt, grounded. Roger.
Yeah.
Give me your belt, Roger. When she said
rerun, give me your belt.
He took that. Yeah, that was good. But she made that. We're not gonna talk about what's happening now. Hated it. That was bad. What's happening now was bad. Now I don't know if it's just me, but Anne-Marie Johnson, his wife, on it. I don't care for her in anything. Not even in the heat of the night. Nothing. She was on The Living Color toward the end also.
As what?
One of the sketch artists. She just wasn't funny. But yeah, she was on that. I didn't like that though. But I loved. Only problem I had with what's happening. Who danced like Rerun?
And he never lost weight. If you're that
I can't.
skilled.
I got nothing. Lord have mercy, I got
if you're
nothing.
that skilled, how are you still that big? No offense to the obese population.
I got nothing.
How can
I don't want to talk about
all
it.
that hopping and that knee slapping, and he could get down on the knees and get back up and all this other stuff.
I just want to make a PSA, a public service announcement. This is who I have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen.
But what?
I'm not saying she's wrong, but because she ain't. I don't know. And now that she done brought that up, with all that knee slapping and hippity hoopity hoppity hop, 2 things. When he was on there and he had his crew and he joined the dance group, you realize Ozone from Breaking was in his dance group? Because he is. He's one of them. They were the Rockers. He's one of them. And number 2, not that it's a drama, but the hippity hoppity thing that she was doing made me think of Adebisi on Oz. How did Rerun's hat never come off?
It was Velcro to his hair.
But then he never combed his hair, so mercifully he didn't. I'm just saying.
It was just wedged.
Well, but the show was okay.
So were there any non-black sitcoms that you appreciated?
Absolutely.
Such as?
All in the Family.
I hated that show.
That's my guy. That's my guy. He's just so dumb you have to like him. Archie Bunker's just so ignorant. You just gotta like him.
What about Too Close for Comfort?
That was okay.
Three's Company.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I like Janet. I was a fan of Janet. I liked the Mary Tyler Moore Show, which John Amos from Good Times is on that. Is Gordy the Weatherman.
And Odd Couple.
All right.
I know.
You already know.
I
You already know what my Facebook name is. So yeah, that's my show. The Munsters was good too. The Odd Couple. What else did we have? There was another one that just popped in my head and popped out. But I liked Alice.
And Flo.
I only like the Flo episodes. When Flo ain't in there, I don't watch it. The later ones, I don't watch.
And Vera.
Vera annoyed me because Vera was just too dumb.
Every show has to have one.
Yeah,
though.
but not naive dumb. There's dumb, but then there's naive dumb. Dumb is just born stupid. Vera refused to be smart. So there's naive dumb. There's a big difference.
What about Full House? It wasn't straight.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Can't do that. Didn't like that at all.
Sorry.
Like you said, Too Close for Comfort was okay because I like Ted Knight.
Okay.
So that show was okay.
One day at a time.
This is it. Oh, no, got going to.
Schneider.
I did not like Schneider.
He was like Bookman, just kept coming in.
I just didn't understand why him and Ann Romano just ain't get it popping. I'm just saying. I was a big Valerie Bertinelli fan. Mackenzie Phillips was cool. But to be honest, I just really loved the song.
Me too.
There's a couple of shows like that. I know America probably won't remember The Greatest American Hero. Love the theme.
Believe it or not.
Okay. I won't do that to you, ladies and gentlemen. I think one of my favorite shows is WKRP in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
With Venus Flytrap on there and Dr. Johnny Fever and all that. Those shows were great.
Barney Miller. I hated it.
Ready? You want to do it?
Well, I can't. Wait. Hated it.
Yeah, my father used to love that show. So
wait, I got another one. Kojak.
I hated it too. My father liked it.
I hated it myself.
You know, when you're growing up in that time frame and you only got one TV, and
you're forced to watch.
And you're the remote control, even though you better not turn it to what you want to see.
I remember
you watch that. You watch what you want to watch, like MASH. Oh, I hated MASH.
I didn't see a purpose.
My father loved MASH.
How was it funny?
I don't know. It just seemed like war and death. I mean, it ended. They all went home and all that, which is fine.
Oh, I never knew.
Oh, I like Facts of Life.
You take the good. You just liked it for the opening.
No, I'm a big Nancy McKeon fan. I love me some Joe.
I like Joe.
You know who Joe's brother is? Real life?
No.
Joe's brother is Tommy on Alice.
Tommy.
Alice's son. That's her younger brother. It's her younger brother.
Aww.
She was on one episode once. But you really didn't notice her. She kind of just was background, you know.
No,
wait. Let's talk about another show that needed to be taken off the air. The Parkers. Kim.
I couldn't get into it.
I didn't mind the show. Everybody, you know, Miss Parker was crazy and everything, chasing that dude. And she ended up getting her man. Much love and respect to that. But Kim Parker, that's disrespectful to black women everywhere. First of all, the blonde hair, the green eyes, the blue hair, and all them other things was one thing. But to be that stupid, ignorant, and dumb, because those are three different things, and you're a college student.
So do you blame the writing?
With a 0.00 grade point average. How are you still in school?
She's trying.
Trying what? To work everybody's nerves?
See, it worked.
No, it actually didn't.
It worked your nerves.
Oh, well, yeah, it did that. But it worked just well enough where there was a writing petition to get that show taken off the air. Black women just could not stand Kim Parker's character because of the buffoonery that it was making them look. So they end up taking the show off because of that character. Because if you remember, there's a little stretch in there where they actually took the character Kim Parker off the show. Because she went with her husband, Jarrell, to Paris or whatever, and then she went with this other guy, other professor, to some Oxford, I think, in England, wherever. I don't remember where they went. But then she came back. But they never should have brought her back because she was terrible. And Stevie was good. Blossom's little friend, Jenna Van Oy.
Just give me a break with Nell Carter.
Love me some Nell Carter. The show, could take it or leave it, but Nell Carter could really sing. She had a great voice.
Oh, absolutely.
But Nell Carter was really good.
Saved by the Bell. I know we're
Woo.
going from decades
No,
to
it's okay. It's okay. I mean,
with Zach Morris.
ironically, Zach is my guy because we just talked about that new show, Found. He's on that.
Okay.
I love him being on that. The rest of them wasn't really a fan. Saved by the Bell was okay.
You don't like Screech? What about
No.
the chick?
Locke Voorhees was okay. She suffers from anxiety and depression, and she's had her up and down struggles.
Oh.
And yeah, the rest of them, that one girl went to Showgirls and Elizabeth Berkley, and then she never. And the other one, Tiffany Thiessen, got
Amber
heavy
Thiessen.
and just kind of moved on, and we never seen her again. And Mario Lopez, I think, is doing Entertainment Tonight. But the show was okay. I mean,
got you through.
okay? But let me ask you something about Saved by the Bell. What is the original name of Saved by the Bell?
I didn't know I was going to be quizzed.
Just asking.
I don't know.
Good morning, Miss Bliss.
Who?
Miss Bliss is the original teacher that they had in the beginning. Mr. Belding was the principal and Zach was just a student. The show was to be featured around Miss Bliss. But Zach fit America's Profile, blonde and blue. And the girls liked him. So they pivoted the show and she went off to get another job somewhere and it became Saved by the Bell the next year. Because America liked Zach. Blonde and blue, America's hero.
Blonde and blue.
Well, and that's what it was. And they took it and they ran with it. And they made a successful series out of it. And then they also had the college years, Saved by the Bell.
Yes. Double.
It was bad. It was not a good show. It was original, but it wasn't good. It was.
All right, well, I see you fixing to wrap up.
No, I'm just confirming my calendar for today, making sure I'm good.
Oh, look at you.
But either way, we want to thank you for joining us.
Sign up, subscribe.
It's free. America is free. How much else is free in America? Everything costs $1. Only in America. Oh.
What?
Sorry.
You okay?
No, you never seen that? Okay, never mind.
You just reminded me of a Crazy Eddie Sam commercial.
No. Some movie character did only in America. And I don't remember who. And then we could also do some other topics coming up in the future. If you can think of anything that you would like us to talk about, or you would like to join the show, that's free too, people.
So send us your ideas.
Got our background here.
Let us know what you'd like us to discuss.
Yeah.
Because we are open to all and any topics.
Mostly.
Even that one that you're thinking of. Yes, we're open to it.
Hopefully you're thinking of something. Because we're doing all the work here. Just saying. You could join us.
Yes. We would love to have you guys on.
I'm not Bob Barker in it. Come on down. There's no prize at the end of this, nothing like that. Just come on down.
We are the prize because you're a starer.
Well, yeah. And ironically, you're a star from the person I just bashed. That came from Kim Parker on the Parkers.
You see, now she's not going to come up on the show.
We wanted Countess Vaughn on the show to do what?
Oh, sorry. I was going to reach out. Never mind.
Okay. If you're going to reach out, why don't you just reach out and get us Stoney Jackson? I'm sure he's available.
Can I bring Charles S. Dutton?
He ain't available.
Oh.
But Stoney is always available. No?
Maybe.
Todd Bridges? He's
Bridges.
available.
Because everybody else?
Gary's not.
No, Dana Plato, Mr. Drummond, Conrad.
Webster is not available either.
Just in case. We forgot about...
Everybody Hates Chris?
No, that's more new. Webster and Benson and Mr. Belvedere. And...
Well, we didn't forget about Webster because that show was trash.
Oh, so we intentionally forgot?
Webster is just... It wasn't cute.
Oh,
Benson, no. We did forget about Benson.
Robert Guillaume.
Which is not his real name, but we'll go on that to... No, if you find out what the word Guillaume means, it's a French word. It's not his real name.
Okay.
But it's okay. He just passed not too long ago, too.
Oh.
And I watched Benson last night, to be honest. I have it on DVR. It's one of my shows.
We never talked about Silver Spoons.
Mercifully.
Alphonse Ribeiro was the only black... No.
Yeah, he was, but if we were going to talk about him, I would have went to the Pepsi Kid. With Michael Jackson, when Michael Jackson's hair got burnt. Go ahead.
Well, thank you again for joining. Tell a friend.
Find a friend, phone a friend, Lifeline, whatever you got to do. Tell them to subscribe and check us out. It's free.
Really is. I mean, as much as I pay for this friendship, everything else is free. Right?
Just remember, find us on YouTube.
At Nostalgics.kira.harlem. Okay?